Okay, so you've definitely heard about resetting your gut, right? But what about your liver? This idea of a 30-day liver reset? It's everywhere. It promises to flush out all the bad stuff and basically supercharge your health. But what does the science actually say? Well, in this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that noise and give you the real science-backed truth on how to support one of your body's most important organs. So, this is the big question, isn't it? I mean, with all the supplements and detox teas out there, it's pretty easy to think your liver is just crying out for a deep clean. We're told over and over that we need to cleanse it from everything we eat and drink. But here's the reality check, and this is absolutely crucial. Your liver, it's not like a clogged pipe that you need to pour some chemicals down to flush it out. The entire idea of a liver cleanse is just a huge misunderstanding of how it actually works. Okay, let's really dive into this, because we've got to get this straight. We're going to tackle what I like to call the great detox lie head on. Understanding this is the very first step to actually improving your liver health. This right here, this gets to the heart of everything. The myth is that your liver gets all dirty and needs to be cleansed. But the scientific truth? Your liver doesn't need detoxing because it is your detox organ. Its whole job is to process toxins. So it doesn't need to be cleansed. It just needs to be supported so it can do its job right. So with that in mind, let's properly meet this incredible organ. It's not just some passive filter. It's a complex, metabolic powerhouse that is working 24/7 to keep you alive and healthy. Get this. Every single day, your liver is performing over 500 essential functions. 500. That is an absolutely astonishing workload. It's involved in pretty much every single process happening in your body. And this is just a tiny fraction of its job description. It's not just filtering out toxins. No, it's also metabolizing fats, proteins, and carbs. It's producing bile so you can digest your food. It's regulating the entire chemical balance of your blood. Bottom line, it is absolutely vital. So if we're not cleansing, then what are we doing? We're supporting. And we've put together a simple, actionable 30-day protocol that's based entirely on scientific evidence to help your liver function at its absolute best. Here's our roadmap. Week 1 is all about getting the foundation right with hydration. In week 2, we'll bring in some powerful, supportive foods. We'll keep building on that, and then in week 4, we'll focus on removing one of the liver's biggest stressors. It's simple, it's effective, and it is 100% backed by science. All right, week 1, we are starting with the absolute basics, water. Your liver itself is about 73% water. Think about that. Without enough hydration, every single one of its jobs starts to slow down. This is the simplest and honestly the most powerful first step you can take. And here's why it matters so much. Studies show that just by making sure you're properly hydrated, you can help your liver process toxins about 15% more efficiently. So before you even think about buying a supplement, ask yourself, are you just drinking enough water? This is step 1 for a very good reason. Okay, moving on to week 2, we're bringing in the heavy hitters, cruciferous vegetables. Yeah, we're talking about broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale, all that good stuff. They've got these incredible compounds called glucosinolates, which are just amazing for liver support. And just look at the impact here. Research shows that these compounds can boost your liver's own natural detoxification enzymes by up to 30%. You're literally giving your liver the raw materials it needs to do its job better. This isn't a cleanse. It's a nutritional upgrade. Now let's jump to week 4. Here, we're going to focus on subtraction, not addition. We're going to remove one of the biggest burdens on the modern liver, all that excess added sugar. Fructose, especially, gets converted directly into fat, right inside your liver cells. And the results? They're pretty stunning. This data, it comes from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. It shows that cutting added sugars can reduce the amount of fat in the liver by 20 to 30% for people who are dealing with fatty liver concerns. You're not flushing fat out. You're just stopping it from being put there in the first place. So, we have our protocol. But what other habits can support our liver? And maybe more importantly, what are the real-world risks that we really need to be aware of? This is about more than just a 30-day plan. It's about a whole lifestyle. Beyond what you eat, studies show that just 150 minutes of moderate exercise a week can improve your liver enzyme levels. And hey, if you're a coffee drinker, I've got good news. Research suggests that 2 to 3 cups a day can actually be protective. It's all about creating a supportive environment for your liver. But we have to talk about the single biggest stressor on the liver, and that's excessive alcohol. This leads to something called alcoholic fatty liver disease, which is exactly what it sounds like. Fat builds up in the liver, and that causes inflammation and serious damage. And the data on this is incredibly stark. Just look at this number. According to studies, a staggering 71% of daily drinkers eventually develop liver disease. Compare that to just 10% of occasional drinkers. This isn't an opinion, it's the statistical reality of the burden alcohol puts on this organ. And this is a really critical warning. While you're focusing on all these healthy habits, please avoid the shortcuts. Many of these commercial liver cleanse supplements are totally unregulated, and some have even been shown to cause liver injury. At best, they're a waste of money, and at worst, they can be downright dangerous. So after the 30 days are up, what's next? Well, this isn't about a temporary fix. It's about building a brand new foundation for your long-term health. This quote from the research, it really says it all, doesn't it? Your liver is a self-cleaning organ. It already has all the machinery it needs to do its job perfectly. All we have to do is give it the right support system, real food, consistent movement, and proper hydration. So I'll leave you with this one thought. We go to the gym to support our muscles, right? We eat protein, we rest them. But are you giving that same conscious support to your liver? You know, the organ that performs over 500 functions for you every single day? Maybe it's time to start.